with everybody what I felt like were are my best practices for success in my business, what I've learned along the way that's helping me grow and be where I'm at. So I've just got some pointers. So the first thing is that I share boldly and confidently. And because I'm such a believer in these products and they have changed my life and so on so many levels, it's very easy for me to talk about them very confidently, and I'm comfortable talking to people about and sharing. Um so I share boldly and confidently, and people feel that genuine part of me coming through when I talk to folks. Um, Good listening skills is very important. You've got to be a good listener when you're talking to people, whether they are, um, you're trying to share with them about what you're doing, or they've just got their products, and you just got to be a good listener. So zip it and listen. And I'm a talker. Everybody knows I'm a talker. But it's very valuable to be an active listener and meet them where they are, and listen to what their struggles are. And I think if they feel that from you, it just starts to build a relationship and some trust, and they open up to you about what their pain points are, and they become more comfortable telling you what's wrong with themselves or their finances or their kids' health, or and yes, you might be on the phone for 45 minutes or an hour. It just depends, but being a good listener is so important. um I like to call people, and I think I brought this up previously. I like to call people, and I like to make quick little videos on my phone rather than just texting. And I know that does not work for everybody, but I just think it's more personable to call somebody, even if you know they're at work and they're not going to pick up the phone. Hey, Gina, just thinking about you today. I want to make sure you're staying consistent. You've got a good regimen going. I know it's only been a few days. I just want you to know I'm here for you. Happy to help in any way. Shoot me over questions anytime. Just, reach out. Have a wonderful afternoon. Talk to you soon. Just a quick voicemail or a quick voice record or a quick video of your face while you're driving down the road with your sunglasses on, in my opinion, is way more personal than just texting people. And especially when they've bought our products and they've got their box. Like, I just feel like talking to people carries me a lot further. Um, Checking in. Checking in. We all know that checking in is important. It's a matter of how often do you check in. You don't want to be a pest and check in all the time, but you want to at least, check in weekly, especially in those first few months when people are, that's when they get their box and they're excited. And in my opinion, it is a crossroads. They are either going to stay connected to you and connected to Plexus and their product, or they're going to be on the island. Emily's forgotten about me. I can't make this change myself. And it's just human behavior. So, especially in those first 2 months, if you can just touch them once a week. Hey, girl, thinking about you. Want to make sure you're doing good. The kids are great. Hop on their Facebook, see what's going on in their life in the last week. Maybe you can throw a quick blurb in there about, Parker's 13th birthday. I did that today for my lady down Southern Pines, and it meant so much to her. And all it was a voicemail I left checking on her and wishing Parker a happy birthday. And she thought that was so special. I mean, it took me 2 minutes. So checking in and making sure you know where people are and what's going on. Building trust and having patience. Patience is huge, because you may have talked to somebody and they were gung-ho and you sent all the stuff over and they were this close to ordering, and then you're ghosted for weeks. That's okay. That is okay. Either they are too busy for you or they are not ready for change. It's not important to them. It's not a priority. They'll come around when they're ready. and just reach out and touch them, maybe every couple days, 4 or 5 days. Hey, just wanted to let you know we're having this great sale going on. It's going to be here until Thursday at midnight. I would love to help you out if you're still interested, and just be patient. You got to be patient because people, they think they're ready for change and they're not necessarily ready. So trust is huge. Do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to put 3 sticks of active in the mail tomorrow, put the active in the mail tomorrow. And just try to build trust on whatever level that may be. Whether they have called you and they're in a scramble and they need you to go in and change their address or their credit card for them because they, just do it. Like, don't say you're going to do it, not do it. Do it, because it's in the long run, it's building trust and it's strengthening the relationship that you have. Show up for your business. I mean, and what I mean by that is if you're in this and you want to do this, then you got to take ownership for this. This is nobody telling Molly what to do or telling, Jackie what to do. Jackie is Jackie's boss. Molly is Molly's boss. Like, you have to step back and say, this is my business. What do I want this business to be? Do I want to grow? Do I want to stay where I'm at? Do I want to lose everybody I've enrolled in the last 6 months that I fought so hard for? And you have that decision. Like, that is your decision to make. So show up for your business and take ownership for your business. It can be all you want it to be, or it can sit there and be stagnant. And life happens, right? Like, we all have crap that happens, and we may not do Plexus for a month. I mean, that's happened. I know that's happened to people. And that's the beauty of this, I guess. You can come back. But if you really want to grow and you really want to succeed, don't not show up. Whether it's 10 minutes or it's an hour or it's 2 hours or whatever you got, show up for your business. Take ownership for your business. It's cause and effect, right? Whatever you put in is going to come out on the backside. What you don't put in, then on November 30th, you're going to say, crap, I wish I would have done more. I could have made double commissions. I could have increased my Punta Canta points. I could have maybe got somebody to silver. But guess what? It's the 30th. It's too late. So show up for your business and take ownership for yourself and what you are going to put into your business. It's nobody else's but yours. Don't sit on the sidelines. I say that. Don't sit on the sidelines. If you want it, go after it. Get up every day fired up. And I do. I get up every day fired up for this business. And I know Michelle she makes funny jokes at me that Emily never sleeps. I sleep like an angel from 12 to 6, and that's it. Those other 18 hours, I'm doing 8,000 things. And Yvonne knows, I said, I can never do this. I can never do this. I'm way too busy. But I do 10 minutes here and 30 minutes there and an hour here and 5 minutes there. And it works. It works. So if you want it, get fired up for it and do it. And don't sit on the sidelines and cross your arms and say, man, I wish I could sign up some people this month, because you can. Attitude is a big one. I show up at the baseball field and I'm like fired up. Why? Yes, I love baseball and my kid I love him and I love the game. But 14 hours, I'm still in the ball field and people are like, oh my God, why do you have so much energy, Emily? And I still have energy 14 hours later. I've been out there since 7:00 in the morning. I'm not complaining. People see that and it is contagious. So your attitude is contagious. Your energy you give off wherever you are is contagious. So if you're at the gym and you act like you're dying, nobody's going to want what you're drinking. If you're at the ball field and you're complaining about how tired you are and everything's hurting and, oh my God, I'm miserable, they're going to be like, well, whatever she thinks she's taking, there's her magic potion in her drink. Obviously doesn't work. So if you show up and you've got a positive attitude and you're smiling and you're energetic, it is contagious to people. I can't tell you how many people I have gotten from a freaking ball field or a football stadium because I'm fired up. And people like that. They're like, why is she like that? Well, I'm going to tell you why I'm like that. And when people ask me, I don't shy away from that. When they ask me why I still have energy and we've been on the ball field for 14 hours, I'm going to tell you why I have energy at 10 o'clock at night when I've been out there all freaking day. So attitude and how people view you wherever you are is so impactful on the people that are watching you. The last thing I'll say, Punta Cana, I'm all about, like, Yvonne knows, you know, I swept wherever we just were. My gosh, the cruise, I swept it and I kept going. Like I say, don't focus on that. Yvonne put that out there a few weeks ago. Stop staring at the numbers and making that your number one goal. If you're working your business, you are going to achieve that goal. You're going to get to Punta Cana if you're working your business. You are. So for me, I don't sit there and hang on to that. I just keep doing my thing. Like finding people, holding on to people, retaining them. There's where your points are coming from. So I use the detailed report. You go in your dashboard, you scroll below your Punta Cana points, you'll see the leaderboard, the contest rules, and the detailed report. If you click on your detailed report, you can scroll through it. You can see everybody you've enrolled, everybody you've retained, how many points you've earned per month, and you can work your way backwards. So I work my way backwards. I say, oh my gosh, I enrolled Patrick in September. Have I been talking to Patrick? Because I want to hang on to Patrick so I can get retention points. So I print out that detailed report during these contest periods, and I work backwards. And that's what I've told Hadley to do and everybody to do is stare at that detailed report. Those are the people. Yes, you want to hang on to everybody, but you want to start there and hang on to all those people and make sure that that's our foundation for this contest. So if you focus on that report and work from that report and let it be useful to you, you can retain more people. And like Yvonne said, we're not getting double retention, but we are getting double on enrollment and we're getting double on our commissions. So insane. I call it triage. And then the last thing I'll say, this is my last thing. I look at the end of every month, I take a picture of my dashboard at 11:59 p.m. I've done it for 22 months straight. I have every picture at 11:59 p.m. from every month I've been doing the business. Yvonne knows. And I know where I ended up last month. And I look at that number and I sit back and on the first or the second after I've settled down from all the insanity, and I look at myself and you know what I'm going to say. You either look at that number and you go, dang, girl, you did good. Or you look at that number and you say, crap, what could I have done better? So you have to look at that. And instead of being disappointed in the number, sit back and think of what you didn't do that maybe you could have done. What could I have done better? Maybe I didn't talk to those people that ordered in, the last week of last month. I left them on the island. They're all gone now. They don't want their products. Or they had their box for 2 weeks and didn't even start drinking their stuff. I mean, all the things. Learn, do a post-assessment this first few days of that new month and say, what did I learn? What am I going to do better? If you really want it. And I've learned so much in 22 months. And I try to share with my girls, these are the things I've learned. And this is what I did wrong. And I've done things wrong. And I've learned from those things. And this is, I share that freely. So do a post-assessment of yourself after the end of the month and figure out what you might have done or not done that could have gotten you further or more close to your goal and what you really wanted. That's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to, do you have a question, Michelle?
Yeah, this was from the beginning. That was so good, by the way. I wrote a page and a half of notes from you.
Yay.
Okay, now I know what I say to get people to talk. At the very beginning, you said good listening skills are key. So how do you get them to open up? Do you just I asked, what are your health goals and or health issues, for example, and I give examples. How do you get them to talk?
Well, first I get on the phone. I mean, I did this yesterday. I guess it was with a lady. I got a total stranger. She had reached out to me and I said, I want you to talk to me about, well, two people yesterday. One of them, their daughter was really constipated. She saw my BioCleanse post. I said, tell me about your daughter. how old is your daughter? And I just start asking open-ended questions about the daughter. That made her comfortable to talk to me. Um, Instead of just saying, what are your top 3 goals? Usually they've reached out to me over one pain point, right? They were like, oh my God, I'm in reset. I need to lose all this weight, Emily. Okay, then I know that weight is kind of at the top of their list. So I don't know. I'm an open book. I get on there and I do tell them the road I traveled. I say, I'm not going to tell you my whole story right now, but I would love to send it to you. It's 17 minutes long. You can watch it when you're bored. But I'm going to tell you the highlights. I've gotten off of 12 medications. I've lost 20 pounds. I don't go to the doctor anymore. And you just, those couple little bullets and they're just like blown away. And I think if you just ask those open-ended questions about the weight or about, like, I'm working with a girl right now, she's this close to signing, but she has lupus, and I encourage her by saying, hey, I've got 2 people that have lupus that are doing incredible. Like, I would love to connect you with them if you want to talk to them. I don't know. I just ask those questions and then listen and make them comfortable and just be that listener to their pain points.
Right.
And compassion. Compassion. Like, she's really worried about her daughter. She's 20 years old and she's at college and she's really struggling. And I bring the empathy card in because I'm like, well, my son's at college and he's struggling with ABC. Let me tell you what I've got him on. And they feel that empathy coming through and that compassion. It makes them more comfortable to tell you everything.
Right. That's awesome. And I love how you say pick up the phone. That's my thing. I'm like, pick up the phone. And the voice clips, they do mean so much more than a text. I do agree with you on that. But that was
Definitely.
great, Emily. Sorry to interrupt, but
No. I love questions.
that's all for me.
Anybody else have questions for me? Or you might have some later. Okay.
Emily, can you send me your the video that you were just talking about?
My testimony?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I will send that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We might have questions at the end, which is fine. But for now, I'm going to turn it over to Hadley.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, finally figured out I can see myself and see everybody. I was trying to figure out how. Well, Emily, of course, did a fabulous job. So I do a lot of the same things that she does just because she has taught me what to do. So, and for me, I've done probably 4 or 5 MLMs. I've done CBD, I've done Zaya, which is workout clothes. I don't know, there's a bunch of them. I can't think, but and this hands down is by far the best. As far as support from everybody makes you feel comfortable. Everyone is here to help, regardless if you're emerald, diamond, sapphire, whatever. I just feel like the support and the systems in place are so much better than any MLM I've ever done. And that's why I'm super successful. One of the reasons I've been successful, in my opinion, is the support, and everyone wants to help everyone succeed. So kudos to all y'all. So thank you. Also, I talk to everybody like Emily, and I just share my story. And I'm not worried what other people think. I used to be worried what people think. You kind of have to grow thick skin because not everybody is ready to start their health journey. And it's nothing personal. You can't take it personal. It's just they're not at the same place you are. So, and you don't want to coax anyone to do it because they won't be successful if they're not ready to start. I've kind of learned that with a couple people. So, and also for me, follow-up is super important. Like Emily said, I follow up with everybody once a week and I really focus on retention. And that's how I have earned both these trips as well, because I go back and look and focus on retention. I mean, I focus on everybody, but I also follow up with them for sure and see what they're liking, if they want to change their products. What else? I also message people, voice message, like today, driving home from the lake, I messaged 3 people. I just voice recorded a message to see how they were doing on their products, what they needed, just following up. So what else? I don't know. Emily did a really good job. So, I'm not so good at social media, so I usually like Emily is and Heather are amazing at social media, but for me, I struggle a little bit with that. So I'm trying to learn how to do it and get better at it. So for me, I just talk to everybody. My kids call me Jabberjaws and whatever because I talk to everybody everywhere, the grocery, iCryo, wherever I am, and just talk about Plexus because it makes me feel so good and it's helped me and Olivia, and so everyone needs what we have. So. Let's see. I don't know if there's. That's
I
really.
haven't. You're
Go
very
ahead.
passionate. Passion. So much
Oh yeah,
passion for
I'm
the
very
product.
passionate.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot about the products because I know a lot about health and wellness in general. So
I was going to say, and knowledge. She's
I have
got
a.
a green personality.
So if you need any questions about anything, I know all about all the ingredients that are in pretty much every product. So yes, I do. So.
Yes.
And that's really it. So. Heather,
Awesome.
you're up.
Hadley, one thing I just want to say, we're so grateful to have a green personality because there's not many of them on our team.
Well, if you ever have any
Now you-
questions, good. But Robin is a science nerd too, so
Oh
happy
yeah,
to
she's
answer
a
any
yeah,
questions.
she's a greenie too. That's
So,
right.
I love it. I love it. So. Okay, now I don't know how to mute. See, this is where I get.
You muted.
Did I? Oh,
No, not yet. It's okay. If you're in a quiet spot. Heather, you ready?
I think so. I think so. Hi, ladies. How are you? So I agree with everything that Hadley said and Emily said, and I just kind of been like a fly on the wall, and I sit back and I listen. But everyone's like, Heather, how did you get to where you were? How did you sign up so many people so fast and earn your fast start and all that type of stuff? My three things that I go by, am I gonna annoy some people, and I don't always want to be that one to throw up plexus, but I know that Emily and Hadley will be like, Heather's constantly posting on social media all the time. And I'm constantly keeping my stories running. I'm not scared. I don't care about what anybody says on the sidelines. You kind of have to just, you know, be bold and not be scared at all. You have to make a positive impact on people. I'm a note person, so I write stuff down. What did I say? You have to build a connection, relationship with people. Always building a relationship, like Emily and Hadley said. You have to create a community. Just you know, I don't know. Use it to impact people. So when you're constantly posting, let's just say, for example, like Emily was talking about the ball field, how she's on the ball field all day. Kind of draw people into your like personal life too, not always like strictly about I don't know how to say this, like not just plexus, but like if Emily's son is running, 4 bases around, right, and he has all this energy, and she can make a post, right, sitting there watching her son doing that. That's a post. Like there's all this stuff that like runs through my head all the time, and Emily's like the queen of emojis, so she's just awesome, and like I'll run there and be like, oh Emily, like I was scared at first. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I did not know what to post, and I did not know what to say. And I'd be like, I'd have like a lifeline or like phone a friend, and I'd be like, you know what? Like, hey Emily, can you help me with this? Or hey Hadley, can you help me with this? And not everybody's like that, like everybody runs their business a little bit different, but if I'm educating myself on the products every day, and I am drawing attention to my social media, like Facebook, like I'm more of like an emoji queen on Facebook, and everybody's like, how do you how do you basically like run a story and add music to it and do all that? Like I'm constantly consistent with that, and it might not work for everybody, but it works. That's what works for me. And I have so much fun with it too. But you really never know, like when you're doing that, how it can impact somebody. Like just by like, maybe posting like a song that goes with the product, and like they feel like they're part of it. So that being bold, being kind, because you never really know the true impact you're making on the people around you. You never know how much someone needed a smile when you gave them a smile, like how, Hadley talks to everybody, right? And Emily talks to everybody, but I'm personally scared to like phone a friend, just to like pick up a phone and do that. Like, but I've referred, like I've sat, on these Zoom calls and I listened to what's her name? I'm so bad with names.
Kim.
No, well, Kim, yes, and like, is it Roberts is the last name? I'm still learning names.
Emily Roberts.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of like her social media and like her daily life, like what she's doing, like if she's like dancing or whatever in her kitchen, and like you'll see me like with my active all the time, and people will be like, what's Heather taking, what is that drink, and then I'll post like a video on Facebook about it. But you never know who's watching on the sidelines. I just don't care what people think, honestly. And I know it's just not being scared for me. I'm not scared to post anything. I'm not scared to share anything. I've learned so much from Emily. She's amazing. I learned so much from Yvonne. Like Yvonne has taught me a lot too. Everybody, just watching everybody else's stories, like daily. But you can't be afraid. Like, you can't be afraid to post. And then also like the feel felt found system. I don't know, like, can everybody raise their hand if they know about the feel felt found system? Does everybody know about that? Because if you don't, I don't. Let me see.
Can you say that again, Heather?
The feel felt found system, like Emily, is that I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. The Emily Roberts, is that her name? She posted on social media about the feel felt system. Like, let's just say you have like the skeptics out there and they're like, I can't afford this, or the penny pinchers and stuff like that, or I just don't have the time, or they're having to ask their spouses or the husbands or wives like for permission. You gotta just be like, like I've been in your shoes. I felt the same way. Like I didn't think that I could afford it. But what I found was that if you do like kind of like a cost analysis, like she was saying that, she used to be addicted to Coke all the time. Like every single day, like she would be having a Coke. And she found that if she wasn't going to like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or McDonald's or whatever, she was actually saving money. But you also have to, like Emily said, go over not so much like their health goals, and just kind of like sit back and like listen to everything they're saying, and just kind of like question them. Like, okay, so, like, let's just say, like, I'm going to use my aunt for an example. So I saw her on Thanksgiving, and she actually suffers from a really bad autoimmune disorder. And she was like super skeptical, and she had asked my uncle, like, oh, like, I don't think we can afford this. Like, where am I going to get the money and all that? But I went over every little detail of what she had wrong with her. Like, okay, why is your stomach hurting all the time? Or, like, why are your joints hurting? She just went to Italy, she said, and she couldn't even walk like down the cobblestone. She's like, oh my God, like my legs are hurting me. They're like, what can I take for this? Or what can I take for that? Just make sure like you're educating yourself too on the products. Because if someone asks you, hey, like, let's just say you have nerve issues, like what are the active ingredients in this, and you don't know, like always refer to your Plexus Go, or like go online, and you can kind of just tell them what's in it and send them like the graphics to it too, and that helps too. But she wasn't going to sign up, and she actually just did. So that makes me super happy that I could help her with that. It makes me really, really happy. But I just want to say that another thing I wrote down, don't use social media to impress people. Use it to impact them. So kind of create your like space on posting and not being scared and being bold and using that feel felt found system. If you don't know about it, you can go on YouTube and I can post a link about it, but it's just helped me so much. And I don't know, I get so nervous talking, so I'm sorry. But I want
Heather, I know something that you haven't mentioned, girl. Sorry.
Me too. Me
And
too.
Heather does too. So Heather came out. She started sharing the business within several weeks, ladies. Like we met together, and Hadley can elaborate here, but we met and she hadn't even signed up on the products yet. She hadn't even ordered her stuff. She ordered her stuff. I mean, I don't remember how many weeks it was, but we explained the business concept to her. She was not scared to talk to people about that early on, which, you know, it's just a testament to being bold and not keeping that part of it under the table, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big mistake I made too, Yvonne. I mean, it took me until June or July. Ruby was the first person I talked to about the business.
So
And I was
on that part, how did you approach her? Did you two get together with her? Did you meet with her? Did you call her?
Yeah, Hadley set up a lunch for Heather, Hadley, and I to sit down, and we met with her to just have lunch. I mean, we really were just having lunch. And it's, you know, Hadley had samples in her pocketbook and I had samples in my purse, and we threw all this stuff at Heather and she went home with this whole Ziploc bag of stuff. And the next thing we knew, she was like chugging her active and sending us silly pictures like the very next day, you know. But it Hadley can allow, you know, we sat down with her. We took the time, and it was a quick lunch, but I mean, we just and that goes back to community, right? Just hanging out that first day. Hadley, what do you want to add to that, girl?
No, I was just gonna say that, so so we gave her active, and literally like the same day she's texted me, oh my God, I love this fluff. Oh my, so for me, the sample that really does it is active, because in 10 minutes, you're gonna notice a difference. So for her, and I gave her slim hunger control and it didn't make her as hungry. So, I mean, it did take me 10 days to get Heather to actually commit. I mean, I had to like work on her, seriously. I mean, she was like, anyway, all the things. I had to talk to my husband. I have to, you know, because a lot of stay-at-home moms feel guilty for spending money. So we had to like talk through that. And I mean, so just like getting to know her, and I was like, just trust me. And she had insulin resistance, and I know a lot about insulin resistance because I have gestational diabetes. So I was like, just trust me, these products will help you. So it took 10 days, but once she tried the active and the pink, she was like, I'm in, I'm ready to order. It was funny. So yeah, so we met, and it was history after that.
Yeah. And she double ranked last month, and she earned Punta Canta today. Yeah.
So that makes me super emotional, because honestly, like I was so scared, because I thought my husband was going to quit his job. He works in pharmaceutical, and I was feeling like crap too. And every time I would go back to apply for a job, I've been in medical field for since 2014, and everyone's like, "You're overqualified, Heather. You're overqualified. What do you do?" And it was just like a kick in the stomach. And I was like, "What am I going to do?" And not only like, you know, Hadley sharing the products and Emily sharing the products with me, but just like not feeling good too. And my husband starting to see me feel better, and then he started taking the products, and he's a dirt biker too, and I was like, "Here, take this active," and he noticed right away too. And it makes me happy that I can help other people too. But I mean, I get emotional, and I'm like, I'll try not to cry, but seriously, like I can't thank like Emily, Hadley, I'm sorry, but like everybody, because it's just been great.
Heather, we cry all the time, so don't apologize for
Exactly.
lying, okay? This is a plexus thing.
If she was in the room with us right now, we would be all over her.
And,
Yeah.
and crying and hugging and like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're
it's
definitely
like
a
you
touchy
don't
crowd.
think- You like be so bold and you put yourself out there, and I was like, I can't be afraid. Like I want so badly to one day like have my husband quit his job, because like what's the worst feeling? Going somewhere and you hate it every single day. Like you're waking up and you're having people complain about their job and having to do their jobs plus your jobs. And this has just been like an amazing group of women who are just so supportive and uplifting and empowering and just cheering you on from the sidelines all the time. And I'm so not used to that. I'm used to, being in the medical field and being like, hey Heather, I need you for this and this and this and this and this and this. Or not getting the how do I say it? Like I don't know, like gratification from the company, and just being like just the support is just insane. Like, I mean, it's just been great. So I just want everybody to be successful in the business, and if you have a goal set for the day, and let's just say like, hey, like I want to sign up this many people or whatever, I want to connect with this many people, but you don't, you're gonna have your ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, and don't get discouraged. Just don't, like, wake up every single day and have a positive attitude, because I wrote this down and I found this somewhere, and I just want to throw this out there, and this will be like the last thing I have to say because this hit me hard, and I want everybody to say this because it's really true. So I want you to say, I will be successful. Want to say it? Like, I know it's probably,
I will be successful. Keep
I will
going.
be successful.
Successful.
and I will accomplish my goals for the rest of the year. Can I say
I
that?
will
accomplish my goals for the rest of the year.
Because I believe in me.
Because I believe in me.
because I believe in me.
I love
Because I
that.
believe in me.
Heather, you are a true inspiration, and we
That
are
was
so
so
proud of
amazing.
you. And we are so happy that you are part of our Plexus family. You are here for a reason. We all are here for a reason. And just know that it is a safe place, and we're excited to watch you grow and to thrive and all the things. We're here to cheer you on and challenge you too.
Yeah.
And challenge you too. So what I want to know is, where is this team going? What are your goals for the future, you three?
To the top.
To the top.
All the
To
way.
the diamond.
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
I do have one more thing to say
Yes.
really quick. Everybody, like, it boils down to everyone needs love, right? Everyone needs to feel love. Like she said, everyone needs to feel supported. And so you can take that to your customers too, because they may not get support at home at all. So by you checking in up on them, that could just make their day. Like, I just checked on someone and I hadn't heard from her, like her subscriptions run. And I thought, oh, what do? I haven't heard from her. I keep texting her. She just sent me a book on how I haven't heard from her in 3 months. She loves the product. She's all excited, so you never know. Like, don't assume, like I was assuming she didn't like her products,
Yeah.
but she just sent me, she's so busy, work's been stressful. I mean, all the things. So also don't assume, because you never know what people are going through.
You're
And
right.
just sending them a supportive text every now and then, everyone needs to feel loved basically at the end of the day. And life is so
and that's
busy.
such
And
a great point, Hadley, because I remember talking about this a while back on one of these meetings, is that, so, and I have found this in this 22 months, it has been such a blessing to form new friendships with total strangers or people I graduated high school with 35 years ago. And I might be that and yes, it can be hard, girls. I'm not going to lie. There can be energy suckers, and you have to be aware of that and figure out what your boundaries are. But some of these people, they need your friendship.
Yeah.
They need the products, but they also just need somebody that actually cares about their well-being and about them. I mean, like, hey, how are you doing today? I just want to make sure you're doing well. Please reach out. I'm so glad it looks like you had a great weekend. That personal connection point, even if it's just a voice record or your face for 60 seconds on a little video that you fire off, that can mean so much to people that feel like they don't have anybody that gives a crap about them.
That's
They're
true.
rundown moms, or maybe they're going through a divorce, or whatever it might be. They're working a job they hate. They're burnt out, or maybe they don't have a lot of friends. And you just come into their life. And so, right, it's these relationships that can be so impactful. And like, you can have such a big stamp on somebody. I mean, you can have such a big impact on somebody with such small gestures that a lot of us take for granted.
Mhm.
That was awesome, ladies. You guys did unbelievable. Thank you so much for sharing. I wrote 2.5 pages of notes. There you go. I'm a note taker, you can tell. Anyway, so tomorrow night, Yvonne, tell them about your opportunity event.
Yep.
Please.
So if you were a part of it last week, was it last? I don't even know, 2 weeks ago, it's going to be the same thing. Obviously, you don't have to participate, but this is an opportunity for you to bring people in. And it is 15 minutes. That is it. There's going to be a prize, but it's just to present the business opportunity in a very quick, efficient way. So if you have somebody in mind, invite them. They say yes, then add them to the thread. If you're not already in it, just let me know. That's it. Thank you so
That's
much.
it, ladies.
Awesome. And Amy will put the recording on Team Empower for everybody that was not able to attend tonight.
Yes. All right, bye.